It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our featured matchup tonight in Chicago, where the Bulls will be going up against the Utah Jazz. Well, for the Jazz, they come into this game having won 3 straight, looking to make it 4. We'll see if they can get it done. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh, let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon,
not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've never heard that
you're acting like that's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get it.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh.
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Oh.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. We're happy to have you with us for 2K Sports midweek presentation of NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. The Bulls are enjoying this break from the road. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
Yeah, and they're coming into this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
Certainly not. And when you look at these two teams, they are very evenly matched. You know they'll want revenge tonight after losing the last game earlier this season.
People, Steve, talk about the length of the season, 82 games. Do you think the league will ever reduce that number?
No, I don't think so. I think the commissioner's done an excellent job of trying to spread out games. He's cut down the back-to-backs, and so it's given some guys some much-needed rest, and I think they've looked at the travel schedule. So I don't think they ever want to reduce the number of games. The league is going well right now with 82.
And you've got to keep, Steve, the regular season relevant.
Yes.
Don't you? I mean, it's got to matter. It's got to matter.
I think so, and I think that's the reason why. I think they might change the playoff format, but I don't think they would change the regular season.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Utah, they've got ABC. He's out there with Kemp, and it's Sanders in at the point. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Fades. Kemp with the rebound. We're about 1 minute into the first. Sanders' shot is good.
He just exudes a love of the game, guys. You can see it in everything he does. This guy lives and breathes the game.
Samardziski. Sanders covering. Here's Grady. Utah with the rebound. Last time they met was in Utah.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's against Kemp. Right side, Pierce. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. And here is Lopez. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia to the left wing. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. ABC. It's all in by the Bulls.
Well, this is why you see guys shying away from the mid-range jumper. It's a bit of a lost art.
Here's Samardziski. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Strong move at the rim. Overpowers the smaller defender.
Sanders with the ball. 23 points for him the last game against Philadelphia.
And some of the passes he threaded through the defense were just incredible. He made it look so easy.
Jeremic, Lopez covering. Jeremic. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Lopez kicks to Kemp. Just 5 to shoot. The Jazz again can't hit it.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
The shot comes out. It's tipped. Jeremic. That one a little long. For Utah, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And right now, a brief look at the power rankings here at the end of November. It's interesting to see how the teams compare. You look at Detroit. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now, Chicago, they've been sinking on this list to start out the year. Not what they or really anyone else expected, but that's why you play the game.
Porter pulls it in.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Jeremic. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in the groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
Yeah, you need to refocus now. Momentum is running against you.
And from what I'm seeing, is too many unfavorable matchups out there on the floor.
November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Trailblazers. They've got the #1 record in the conference, and because of it, each night out, their competition is going to bring it right at them. And of course, there's the Jazz, 3 games behind.
And seeing where Utah is this season has been, it's been solid. But they just need to maintain their place in the standings and get 100% prepared here for the postseason.
I don't think they played their best basketball. So if things do come together for them before the end of the regular season, look out.
Now here's Lopez. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Utah shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Lopez hits them both. For the Utah Jazz, they won their last contest, that game against the 76ers. Knocks it loose. Here's Grady. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Here is Sanders. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Inside. Here's ABC. Another miss by Utah.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot. The defense has to be better. When he gets those looks, he usually knocks them down with ease, like he did there.
Now here's Sanders. Garrison, guarded by Porter. 5 to shoot. Here's Kemp. And they'll turn over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And now you see the 2K leaderboard. Not only have these teams caused a lot of turnovers over the last 10 games, but they've scored off them as well. Number 1, the Bulls. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
You know, it's been interesting to see both clubs really clamping down with their pressure on the ball defensively. I mean, forcing turnovers and then getting out in transition to score.
Knocks it loose. Lopez with the steal. To the paint. Wants to get it to Sanders and does. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Jeremic. Lopez covering. The shot's good.
This is what it means to be a catalyst. His offense helps set the tone for a lot of what they do.
Jazz trail by 4. Now Sanders. Here's Garrison. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Porter.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out.
And here's Utah. Knocked away to the left wing. Here's Sanders. And the foul called on ABC. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Chicago. They're on a 12-4 run. And Moon kicks to Pierce. Over Malone. That's short off the rim. Jazz trail by 4. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Pierce pulls it down. The Bulls shooting 33% here in the first quarter. To Moon over Sanders. That shot misses. So Utah will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
It's one thing to play inspired defense in that situation, but to get in that kind of offensive rhythm away from home, phenomenal.
2 points. That one goes.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Utah's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Utah calls timeout. More and more, Steve, the NBA becoming about two-way players. Who are some of your favorites that fit that mold?
I think option number one is LeBron James. He does an excellent job, and obviously because of the load he's been carrying, it's been more, I would say, sided offensively, but he's capable. Kawhi Leonard, Chris Paul. Draymond Green doesn't score much on the offensive end, but you know he does a lot of things as far as passing the basketball, setting screens. So them are some of those guys. And Kevin Durant lately has become one of those guys that you can count on blocking shots.
Love all those examples. Easy breezes checked in for Chicago. And Utah also making a switch. Matthews, he's checked in for Sanders. Poked away. And here's Pierce, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Moon dishes to Pierce. Good on the triple. And it's a 9-point Bulls lead. Utah shooting an alarming 21% to get things going here. Outside Kemp. Pass to Osborne. Back to Kemp. Outside Matthews. Shot to stop the run. And Pierce pulls it down. Pierce has got his 4th rebound in this one. Moon with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Ryan. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Matthews passes to Osborne. Got a piece of it. Here's Langford. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pierce for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Pierce has got 10.
Extended the lead. This has been a great year for him offensively.
Osborne. Pierce covering. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Matthews.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Here's Langford. He's covered by Kemp. And yes, it's good. And the Bulls lead by 14.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And here's Matthews for the 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Fresh from a win against Portland.
I just thought the defense was porous. Got any shot they wanted, really, for most of the evening.
I'll give them credit. Even though they were facing very little resistance, they refused to play down to the level of their competition.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who spoke with Steve Kerr. David.
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. He said if they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. For Utah, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Two shots.
That free throw missing. That one is no good. Smitty, there are a lot of funny guys that play in pro sports, and the NBA is no exception now and in the past. Who would you say is the funniest guy you ever played with?
Yeah, a couple guys, Kevin. There's some funny guys. I think one that stands out as far as just being a straight comedian, had guys laughing, was Ken Norman. And I think there's another guy that was extremely funny, but he wasn't trying to be funny, was Dikembe Mutombo. Some of the things Dikembe would say and do, it was just hilarious. And he wasn't trying to be funny.
He misses the free throw. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
McDaniels kicks to Kemp. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Malone against Pierce. 1:32 left here in the first quarter. Moon with it, working on Malone. Great D that time from Kemp. Jazz trail by 14. Here's Matthews. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
You know, going up against size, you know you have to get separation. Nice move from mid-range.
Langford, the pass to Porter. And McDaniels with the block. Now the pass to Osborne. Kicks to McDaniels. No good on that one. Nice D from Porter. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Easy Breezy's checked in for Easy Breezy. The Bulls leading by 12. Now Moon. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. They get a hand on it. Kemp with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Yep, that one goes. And here are the Bulls now. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Moon with it. Shot clock at 6. From the arc. Cans it from downtown. Moon's got his 3rd basket of the night. And so it's the Chicago Bulls looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
Jazz trail by 13. Porter is out there with Pierce. Then it's the kid. Then there's lights out. And it's easy breezy in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. He kicks to Moon. That's tipped. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Friday, it'll be the Sacramento Kings coming into town. Then on Saturday, the Houston Rockets will come into town.
And for the matchup with the Heat, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Fantastic rim protection. That's not in this wheelhouse to overcome.
Here's Lopez, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Steve, we know you're not going to become an official anytime soon, but is there a rule you would change in the NBA right now if you could?
Yeah, I look at the zone defense. I would love to go back where you're guarding your guy in some form or fashion. I know when I played, there was totally different rules about the legal defense, and it was basically an imaginary line right straight down the middle. If you cross that line, you had to go and double team somebody. I look at it right now, there's teams that are so good, they're just kind of playing a zone, and it's forcing us to see teams take more 3-point shots.
And he makes the first. So both teams making some changes here. Both free throws good from Lopez. Here's Moon. Pass to easy breezy. Here's Langford. Knocked loose. Here's easy breezy. Passes to Langford. 6 on the shot clock. There's the triple. And it's Malone with the rebound. Jazz trail by 11. Right wing. Here's ABC. Another shot. It's tipped, and he's able to get it back.
You want to talk about ugly? This team is losing, partly because he hasn't drained a shot all night.
Here's Monsees, and he uses the glass on the layup. Easy breeze. He's got his first basket of the night. And
they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Matthews. That one falls.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Especially at that kind of height disadvantage. You're looking to score the ball or at least draw the foul.
Now here's Pierce. He's got 10. Goes up the baseline. His 4th miss of the game. He's made 3. Jazz trail by 11. Now here's Lopez. Fires from the line, and he nails the jumper.
You like how he uses his height there.
Sure, working the in-between area. Not many guys with the length to bother him.
Now Moon. 7 points in the game. Matthews scanning the floor, and there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. It's Pierce on the wing. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High post shot. That one off the back iron and out.
Just hasn't had it tonight, but his teammates are picking up the slack.
Count that one.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Yeremich, Lopez covering. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. Jazz trail by 7. Here's ABC. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
And you have to like the location of this pass. Gives it to him where he can do something with it.
Yeremich, Lopez covering. Mark that as his 5th miss in 7 shots. The Jazz on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. And they pick up 2. Now just a 3-point Bulls lead.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Yeremich. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Chicago, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
He's off on the first. He's off on the second.
And really, as solid as he's been at the line, I had already chalked those points up. Goes to show you, though, don't take anything for granted.
Now, here's Sanders. The Jazz working the ball around now from 13, and it will go, and the Bulls lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Lopez.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
You start to wonder, in my opinion, is it better to take everything to the rack now or to try at least draw some fouls?
Out the 4 areas where shots can come from: the paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for the Bulls.
And you can see how important those inside baskets are. This is a team that loves to work the ball inside, whether the entry pass or off of a drive. They like to feed on those high percentage looks.
Jeremic, Lopez covering. Jeremic drains the 19-footer. 6 points for him.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And here's Utah. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Here's Osborne, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Garrison, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Punishing the smaller man inside. Just good fundamental basketball.
Jeremic, Lopez covering. Jeremic, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And there's the call. Utah the foul. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
First free throw is good.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
He's perfect from the line this time. For Utah, they've gone 8 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Really flowing here. Here's ABC. Pierce covering. Here's ABC. He's off on that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. They host the Kings after this game. Jeremic from out on the wing, he knocks it down. He's got 10.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And here's Sanders out left to the wing. Lopez outside. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Lopez has got 8 points.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Grady. Drops in the layup for 2. And the Bulls lead by 3.
High percentage play. Working the ball in close. Then the nice move to convert.
Utah shooting the ball at 42%. The pass to ABC. It's deflected. Here's Garrison. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Jeremic, Lopez covering. A fader. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
And it's all evened up.
Big difference from the first quarter to the second. His shot looks completely in rhythm now.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Poke loose, and so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. They'll be playing the Clippers in Los Angeles. Then on Sunday, the Golden State Warriors come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And for that matchup with the Blazers, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game. Minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W. Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
The Bulls have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. So for the Bulls, Porter comes in for Pierce. And Easy Breezy subbed in for Easy Breezy. And Utah with a change here, too. Kemp's checked in. Utah calls timeout.
You can see his wheels are turning. We'll see what he draws up here.
It's been an ongoing battle of adjustments, trying to identify your strongest matchup each time down the floor.
Chicago making a switch here. Pierce is checked in. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at the Celtics. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, the Bulls, 4.5 games behind.
And, you know, for the Bulls, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
I agree. As good as they've been, they do seem like they're missing that true killer instinct that sets the great teams apart from the good ones.
The Jazz making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. They get a hand on it. And so it's Utah here with the ball. It's a three-point game. Shot clock at 6. Sanders' shot is off.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Here is Sanders. The Bulls getting the bucket. Floater. That's tipped. Here's Grady. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Jazz trail by 7. Lopez with the ball. He's got 8. Another miss by Utah. Jeremic, Lopez covering. Kemp with the steal. Here's Lopez. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Tipped away. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And just building on to the lead, extending it, trying their best to put this one away.
You sense the game has a number of ways it can go. All you can do is your very best at that moment.
So it's Utah now. The Bulls getting the bucket. And Sanders kicks to Lopez. Connects from three-point range. Lopez has got 11 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Pass to Pierce. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Off target with his 3.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Sanders passes to Lopez. Outside Kemp.
2 minutes, 2-1.
Just 5 on the clock. Pass to ABC. A fader. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
I had a chance to look at the stats for ABC. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. He's averaging 30 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
Here's Pierce. Again, Chicago.
That turnaround shot is clearly one of his favorites. He loves going to it anytime he gets an opportunity.
Now here's Lopez. He's guarded closely. All going up court. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
For Chicago, they have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Malone comes in for ABC. And it's Matthews in for Lopez.